honorable to the legislator, honorable to the MC, honorable to the people, honorable to the audience, honorable to the society, honorable to the legislative, and appreciated. Now, this day we have a very hot motion to discuss, and our hot motion today is this House will allow women to take part in combat. But before anything else, I would like to introduce my team and my team leader. I am Felix Kamsara as the first speaker from the affirmation team. We'll define the motion, give the procedure of how we will implement the motion, and give my argument. Khadisa Adelia Putri as the second speaker from the affirmation team will rebut the argument from the opposite team and give the argument. Khalil Gibran Jikri as the third speaker from the affirmation team will rebut all the argument from the opposite team and conclude all of my argument. And I will get Felix Kamsara as the reply speaker from the affirmative team will compare the argument from my team and the opposite team so that they just know that my team is the best. There is I would like to defend this. Take part in combat. So what understand? Take part in combat means that participating in a fight between people. And I would like to implement the procedure of this motion. We would only allow women to take part in professional combat with another woman. Now, let me get to my argument. The situation of this world now is different with how it is in the past, where the one that only allowed for is the man, and the woman is forced to stay at home and become a housewife that do the housework. Now, men and women have an equal standing to pursue education and choose the option of their professional job, such as police, firefighter, pilot, and also including professional fighter or martial artist. That's why our motion today is this House will allow women to take part in combat. So, ladies and gentlemen, just as I said from before, women now have a choice to be whatever they want to be. And it's including fighter and martial artists that do a combat for their job. Ladies and gentlemen, every human has the right to live and every human has the right to choose. Then, why would we disallow women to take part in combat? They deserve it. In the professional combat, and as we already say in the procedure, the woman will only fight another woman. So that there is no difference in the physical between men and women that can give advantage to the men when they face each other. And by participating in combat, the woman also learn to discipline by everyday practice, and she will also learn about self-defense. So when a dangerous situation comes, she will know how to defend herself. Another benefit is that the health of the woman will be healthier, because when doing combat or practicing it, her body needs to move around very much. It is also called as working out, and can make the woman to have more strength and more endurance besides a healthier body. And with this argument about that, I say that I emphasize again that I really agree with this motion, and that is this House will allow women to take part in combat. Thank you for listening.
I am Kabupaten speaker from opposition, so starting my speech in 3, 2, 1. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Good morning, everyone. Honorable to the panels, honorable to the proposition team, honorable to my best team, opposition team, and honorable to all our audience in this room. Alright, our hot motion today that this house would allow women to take part in combat. But first of all, allow me to introduce my team. First of all, I am Tahun, the first speaker from opposition team that will give that will define the motions and give the background and also the argument of the motions. And then there's Insan as the second speaker from oppositions that will give the rebuttal from oppositions and also from propositions and also give the main argument of opposition side. And then there's Putri as the third speaker that will give all of rebuttal from opposition and compare our argument. Okay, I'm moving First of all, I want to define the motion first. I have two keywords here, which woman and combat. Woman is an adult female human being, like adult woman, and then it is a combat. It's a fighting or fight, especially during the war. So I would like to say that in an opposition side, we make the condition that combat here is when the war begins. So and then we challenge the motions. Opposition agree to make the limit that to challenge the limit that we make the conditions here refers to there's suddenly war. So there's no women who take training military before. Okay, I'm moving to my background. Ladies and gentlemen, women in biology perspective are different with men. They have a different power, different mental and different behavior with men. Allow women rule in war is a bad idea. This is not good for them. And also bring women to war very risky. Can you imagine that a woman who fight with men? That this is not ethics, right? Man should be fight with men, and women which should be fight with women too. It's unfair if a woman fight with men in war. Even in war, and even the woman has to fight with men, that's absolutely not ethical. I am Tahun as a first speaker from opposition. Absolutely and actually disagree with the motion. Why can I say so? I have a reason that support my argument. First, is not ethics. Based on what I say in the background, women and men who fight in war are not ethics. Let we look around our environment. If there's a man who fight with the woman, what people respond? They will disagree and agree, right? Because that's not ethics, even in war. How could a woman fight with a man? The man factors in war or combat absolutely more stronger, and of course, women who fight with men will really exhausted. So that's not ethics. So I emphasize again, I am the first speaker from opposition. Absolutely and actively disagree with this motion. Thank you.
Honorable Judge, Honorable Timekeeper, Honorable MC, Honorable to all of the audience, Honorable to the opposite team, and Honorable to my best team, affirmation team. So I'm as the second speaker from the affirmation team. Really agree with this motion that this House will allow women to take part in combat. Ladies and gentlemen, before I deliver my argument, I would like to rebut the argument from the first speaker from opposite team. So he said that it is not ethical when men fight with women, and that's why my team gives a procedure that is it is a fight between woman and woman, not between man and woman, ladies and gentlemen. So that's why the argument from the first speaker from the opposite team solidly supports my team position. I think that's all for my rebuttal. I would like to give my argument. Judge, why will not women take part in combat, ladies and gentlemen? Women is a great fighter too. There is no reason we forbid women from combat, ladies and gentlemen. Woman is responsible and did not give up easily, and it is her right to be in a combat, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes, woman is more brave than a man in a combat. Because women use her logic in a combat, while a man usually use his instinct and often make a stupid move while combating, ladies and gentlemen. We can see a lot of men usually show off his ability to combat, while women just use her ability to combat to some case that really need a self-protection, ladies and gentlemen. There is no laws to allow women to take part in a combat, ladies and gentlemen. We allow them to take part in a combat, of course. we can also prepare them for a situation where they need a protect, such as in a robbery that happens suddenly to them, an assault. Like we know that nowadays there's a lot of assault that happens to women, ladies and gentlemen. We know that so much crime happens to women this time, ladies and gentlemen. So, with allow them to join the combat, I believe that we will support reduce the crime to women, ladies and gentlemen. Let me give you an analogy. If a woman didn't train to be a combat, she will not be able to protect herself from crime. Why? Because she is not usually in a situation where she will be attacked. But if she is trained to be in a combat, she will feel calm and know that what should she do in a situation where they will gonna get attacked, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we can take a look at so much organization around us, such as IPSI, PSAT, Taekwondo, Karate, boxing, and so many more, ladies and gentlemen. They train a woman to be in a combat too. Like the first speaker from the opposite team said, it is why if war happens suddenly and they are not trained to be in a combat. But as we see nowadays, there is so much organization that train a woman to be a fighter, ladies and gentlemen, such as I said before, IPSI, PSAT, that is a Silat organization, Taekwondo, Karate, boxing, and so many more. Those organizations about has a competition where a woman compare with women, and they also has weight class where those women will be classified to each class according to their weight, and so this woman can train and combat with no loss at all. Ladies and gentlemen, besides of that, they will get profit because they can do a combat, can protect themselves, and a lot more, ladies and gentlemen. Also, we can see from a show in TV, such as Muay Thai, that they also allow women to take part in their combat, ladies and gentlemen. So, the statement from the first speaker from the opposite team say that if a war happens suddenly and a woman did not train to be in the war, that it didn't make sense at all, ladies and gentlemen, because nowadays we can see a lot of organizations that train women to be in a combat. So, I emphasize again, there is absolutely no reason for us to forbid women in a combat, ladies and gentlemen, because they will be more profit than us. And that's all. I close my case. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thanks for Miss Charissa Abidinutri. She talks 5 minutes, 2 seconds.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got the hot question today is how to allow women to take part in combat. And I'm, as the second speaker for opposite team, really not disagree with this motion. Before I will start my main argument, I will rebuttal the second speaker for affirmative team argument. The second speaker for affirmative team say that women is more great more than men in combat. But judge, women joining in combat bring not ability. Why it's like that? Because basic ability, rather women and men is different. Women, because women body physic ability naturally not like other men. However, they try hard to be more stronger than men, or try to have a strong physique. It's not gonna be more strong like other women, because women have period in every month who can make the body really more weight. Because of that, we allow a woman isn't efficient if women take part in combat. And some research say that some health research say that body recovery women more slow rather than men because they have a period months. Of course, this can ruin the health aspect from the women. Thanks. Okay, the next my argument is social verse 1. Men commonly take part in combat because the statement is men must have a strong physique. But if women take part in combat, we can bring the statement women have a feminine side. Everyone knows it. part in combat, this statement can be wrong because everyone knows women have a feminine side. And for the physiological, some physiological research say that women have a low mental health rather than men, and can be more easier to have a mental illness rather than men. This cause can suffer the woman mental health if the woman take part in combat. That's all for my argument. I will make this.
Okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Honorable to educator, honorable to the timekeeper, honorable to the MC, honorable to the opposite team, and honorable to my passive affirmative team. Ladies and gentlemen, our conclusion today is this house will allow women to take part in combat. And now, as a judge from the affirmative team, really agree with this motion. Kali Gibran speaker from the affirmative team will conclude our team argument and rebut the argument from the opposite team. But before I conclude my team argument, I want to rebut the argument from the opposite team. Firstly, the opposite team said that if the woman will in the military, he will fight with men. There's no fair. But we know that in this era, many of women at military that regularly fight with men and still able to keep up. And we know that, ladies and gentlemen, in this era, the technology of war is already endurance. In war, there's a really low case. It is a really low case for a woman do a 1v1 with a man in a fight and a fist fight. In war, it is more objectively to use firearm than this girl, the difference between a man and a woman. And the second point is, the opposite team said that if the woman has low mental health than the man, but the opposite team didn't give us the evidence that the mental health of woman is low than the man. How can we believe with the argument of the opposite team if they didn't give us about the evidence of their argument? It is the end for my rebuttal, and now go to conclude our team arguments. Women now have a choice to be whatever they want to be, and it's including fighter and martial arts that do a combat for their job. So, ladies and gentlemen, every human have the right to live, and every human has the right to choose. That when women disallow women to take part in combat, they deserve it, ladies and gentlemen. In the professional combat, as we already say in the procedure, the woman will only fight another woman. So that there is no difference in the physique between men and women that can give advantage to men when they face each other. By participating in combat, the woman will learn to be a discipline by the everyday practice, and she will also learn about self-defense. So when she at the dangerous situation came, she will learn how to defend herself. Try to imagine, ladies and gentlemen, if women cannot be allowed to take part in combat, then it means the diversity of gender is still not stable, and many of women cannot be what they want to be. And if we allow women to take part in combat, we can increase the morally, military skills, and many more skills to teach the woman self-defense to protect herself for many dangerous situations, such as sex harassment, physique, and another else. It means combat so much positive impact for women. And the second point is, where will the woman take part in combat, ladies and gentlemen? Woman is a great fighter too. There's no reason we forbid a woman from combat. Woman is responsible, didn't give up easily, and it is her right to be in a combat, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes woman is more great than a man. In a combat, women use her logic in a combat, while a man usually uses her instinct and often make a stupid move while combating. We can see a lot of men usually show off his ability to combat, while women just use her ability to combat in some cases that really need and to self-protecting herself. And let me give you an analogy, ladies and gentlemen. If women didn't train to be in a combat, she will not be able to protect herself from crime.
Why? Because she is not usually in a situation where she will be attacked. But if she is trained to be in a combat, but if she trained into be in a combat, she will feel calm and know what should she do in a situation where they're gonna get attacked. So ladies and gentlemen, we can take a look at so much organization around us, such as UPSC, USHT, Taekwondo, Karate, boxing, and a lot more. They train a woman to be in a combat, in the combat too. And they has a competition where women will combat with another woman. Women will be classified to each class according to their weight. From the reason above, I am from the affirmative team. Absolutely agree with this motion. That's all for me. I close my case. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam.
Honorable to the judge, honorable to the MC, honorable to the Islam, honorable to the affirmative team, honorable to all of the audience, and honorable to my best team side. I am Master Putri as the third speaker from the opposite team. Absolutely and extremely disagree with the motion that this house will allow women to take part in combat. I am, as the third speaker from the opposite team, will rebuttal the affirmative speaker, and I will conclude our team argument. That before I move to the argument from my team, I would like to rebut the third speaker from affirmative team that he said that the men use their feelings that can make them doing the stupid move. The judge, there is a BCI search that say the woman is generally have a feeling right rather than thinking. A woman, they use feeling more than their logic. No, thanks. Okay, next to my conclusion from our team. So, judge, there is a woman that from India, she calls the woman in her country to make a comeback for no thanks. Okay, so they just have a war, but she not doing well and get lost in the combat. So, and there is a particularly in English that say the woman not allowed to fight because there are so many risks can get to the woman, absolutely the mental health, physical health, and any others. So, judge, we know that the woman, according to Holodoc, that no thanks. So the woman get recovery longer than the man. And of course, the recovery process will make more time and not so effective if all women to take part in combat. Then the process of recovery that takes more time can make the woman feel the harm longer than the men. Okay, so with this, I am as the third speaker from opposite team absolutely and extremely disagree with this motion today, and I close the case. Thank you.
Honorable to the panel, honorable to the proposition team, honorable to my best team, opposition team. Ladies and gentlemen, from our proposition today, I've got a conclusion and compare from oppositions on this debate session. So, panels, in opposition side, we make the insight that about not ethics if a woman fight with a man. And then also we got a point of view like the woman trying to be strong rather than men, or try to have a strong basic is not gonna be more strong like other men, because women have a true parent every month who can make the body covering more weight. So that if we allow a woman is an efficient to take a part in the combat. And also, our third speaker from oppositions also give the example like the English particular not allow women to take part in combat because they're not consequences of panels. Why we should allow women? why should allow women to take part in combat? There are some perspectives that women can be allowed in combat. So the oppositions also give the argument from a very good perspective, and that like our third speakers from oppositions also give that examples like in India, the queen calls all of women in her country to fight in women, but in the end they still obey. So if a woman take a part in combat to fight with another man, that's not effective. So I think that's all for replying for me. I close my case. Thank you for attention.
Thank you for the contribution. Please give us 2 minutes, 96 seconds. Recall the first speaker and concrete arguments maintained after me.
We'll compare my team argument with opposition argument so that they just know that my team is the best. Now there is many points I want to compare. The first thing is that my team gives more argument than opposite team, and that can be seen by the time of how long we speak. And my team giving more argument from the wider perspective such as humanity, human rights, psychology, health, education. Meanwhile, the team speak about ethically. They did not see the situation nowadays that women have the right to choose and need to protect herself in some respects. The argument that they give is stuck in the past with their own mindset and did not think logically of how things went now. And they say that women cannot take combat in the war just because they are biologically weaker than men. So, you want them to just give up and do nothing so that people can take their life without fighting back? Human is not that weak. When there is war, it is more of a reason for a woman to train how to combat for her self-defense. That makes the whole argument is a total nonsense. Also, they say about a woman in India that start a fight with a man, blah blah blah. Yet they did not give us any data of who she is, where it is. How can we believe what they say? It is true, or they just make it up? My team also give more rebuttal than the opposite team. That makes their whole argument have many weak points rather than my team. Also, my team giving a background of how the motion came out. Meanwhile, they did not. While in the introduction, they say that they will give a background. They say it, but they did not do it. What do we call it? Liar. Now that's why I think that cannot be